Serious, what is a conspiracy theory you actually believe in? A good chunk of AskReddit threads are from BuzzFeed employees looking for their next article. Edit, I've been on 5 of these articles and I know you'll see this, pay me motherduckers or start writing your own shit. Not just BuzzFeed, but also plenty of YouTubers and podcasters out there farming Reddit for content. Hell, I heard someone on my local radio station go through AskReddit comments before. A lot of Ricasualuke ends up on mainstream UK news media a week or two later. Everyone's going heavy with theirs, but I have one that's less serious. Baby wipe containers are purposely made so that you always pull 2 to 3 wipes out at a time and therefore need to buy more often. It's definitely something I can see Big Wipe engaging in to get just a few more containers out of us each year. Similarly, I'm pretty convinced acne washes cleansers contain materials that cause the acne to flare up when you stop using them, so you keep buying it. Realistically, maybe it's just your skin adjusting to producing its own oils again and it'll even out after a bit, but who knows? I'm an esthetician and this is actually true. Standard over-the-counter acne treatments are often too harsh and too drying and can cause more acne. Do you have any affordable recommendations for someone with sensitive skin, please? Smile. I wouldn't feel too comfortable recommending over the internet for someone with sensitive skin, but I can give you a tool that will help you when choosing products for yourself. It's skincharisma.com. The cosmetic analyzer on the site will really help you identify if there are irritants in a product you are looking at. Give it a shot and good luck to you. Bic doesn't fill their lighters with as much fluid as they used to. The fine art market is a scam used run by the ultra-wealthy to hide and preserve their wealth. Money laundering and tax evasion. That questions like this are market research, and this question in particular is likely to be used for some pretty ducking nefarious purposes. Edit, a lot of you seem to think only BuzzFeed is interested in this data. You do you. Probably just a BuzzFeed article, to be honest. But the data will probably be mined off to help some troll farm mission analysis. That the government creates or at least promotes crazy conspiracy theories to make the true ones seem crazy by association. Most CIA plots sound like conspiracy theories until you realize these are coming from actual official documents that will lay out in detail all the crazy shit they did or plan to do. Like trying to poison Fidel Castro's cigars to make him lose all his hair, and from that, support of the Cuban people, really, CIA? Did someone replace the top brass with Dick Dastardly when that one got approved? The CIA did a lot of shit to try and kill Castro. I think my favorite one is that they hired a woman to seduce and poison him. Castro found out about the plot and gave the woman a gun, telling her to shoot him. Her nerves failed and they had passionate sex instead. Also, Frank Wisner, one of the founders of the CIA, had American condom companies mark their large-size condoms as small and begin selling them to the USSR so that the Russians would think Americans had bigger dicks. To be fair, they already had a relationship before, so it was especially hard on her emotions. For the record, serious answer. But, Therese, this soup place at our local mall that's been there for 3 years now. I've never seen anyone order anything from there, and I rarely see anyone at the register. When our mall was closed due to COVID lockdown quarantine, several locally owned stores shut down, and a few places in the food court. Last time I was there was for my birthday in August, and the soup place is still there. My mom and I have an array of theories about what it could be, ranging from money laundering to a front for drugs, but I cannot believe that place is legitimate. I knew a fried chicken place that was money laundering. They got caught because of a newbie in a money laundering business who tried to claim they made way too much money selling fried chicken. The calculation was, had they been open 247 and with 10 workers non-stop using all the fried, they would have to sell at least 30 orders every second. And there was photo and video evidence that the place was empty. Guy was a complete moron. If you are going to clean money, you need a business where output isn't tied to any inputs. Laundromat has electricity usage. Restaurant has ingredients. Car wash has water usage. Convenience store has inventory. In almost all cases, the output can be determined from the inputs, and that is what gets you caught. A golf driving range is perfect. Easily cash-based, and there are no inputs, you just sell it, go pick it up and sell it again, so nobody knows how much you've sold, and variability is expected, due to weather and other factors. I'm telling you, laser tag is the way to go. And if you've got nothing to launder that day, you can call the gang and play some games. I need a friend with a front just so I get the call. Epstein didn't kill himself. There are people out there hired by companies to make dozens of fake accounts that retweet, reblog, etc. and act like real people just to advertise products. It's not a secret. By Crest. Women's clothing doesn't have adequate pockets because the purse and handbag industry wants to ensure women continue to buy bags to carry their things. The media is the biggest shit stirrer of fear and anger and use it in order to stay relevant to keep the funds rolling in. Apps track your location, even if you have the permission turned off. Bro, apps don't need to do that, as long as you have service you are being tracked bucko, that ain't even a conspiracy, it's just a fact. Yeah, when I check my phone after getting back home, it often asks me if I want to rate the restaurant, park, whatever I was just at and I'm like I know you track where I go, but could you not be so obvious about it? This might not be a groundbreaking hot take, but I think that applying for disability status benefits is intentionally made to be a convoluted mess of bureaucratic jargon and endless hoops to jump through solely so that disabled people don't take advantage of them, either because they give up trying to navigate an intentionally confusing system, or because they make a mistake along the way, and the process gets ducked up. I'm really lucky I had my mom helping me with a lot of the paperwork because otherwise I would never be able to get the supports I need in post-secondary. It's like someone purposefully designed the process to be as unobtainable, messy, and overwhelmingly complex for a disabled person as they possibly could. To add to this, at least in the UK, I'm pretty sure they deliberately decline anyone they think they can get away with doing it to, even if they know the person is eligible. A suspiciously high percentage of benefit claims get granted on appeal like 60% or something. They just hope people don't go through the process of appeal because it's complicated and a hassle. The system is designed to be cruel, inefficient and prevent payouts as much as possible. My friend has MS. In order to get benefits she had to have an interview with a benefits officer at home. This person is the one who decides how sick she really is. Not the doctor who ordered her to lay off work and driving due to possible sudden seizures, no, some absolute gimp with a clipboard and some highly leading questions gets to decide that. The doctor told her to act more sick and avoid makeup because those people are basically trained to decline your benefits for any half-baked reason at all. The cardboard rolls that toilet paper are on have gotten wider in diameter over the years. This is one way to make the rolls look bigger. Because 6 mega rolls equals 32 normal-sized rolls. I was in Vietnam last spring and noticed their toilet paper rolls have no core at all. Edit, photo. But how do you hang it? A few places outside of the States I've been used these but you pull from the middle. They'll often be in a box with a similar feel to pulling tissues out of a box. That someone from the inside knew that the Boeing 737 MAX was absolutely trash and shorted the stock. The US doesn't provide free college because military numbers would plummet. Deflategate was a distraction from brain damage and domestic abuse scandals in the NFL. And I say this as someone who hates Tom Brady. It should have just been a small fine and forgotten quickly. But this is the type of scandal the NFL can tolerate, whereas brain injuries and domestic abuse can hurt the league's reputation. And it worked. Distraction and news cycle dominated by this for an entire offseason rather than more serious issues. Similarly, I believe that the emphasis on responding to concussions and the concussion protocol is designed to make people think that the NFL is taking associated brain injuries seriously, and that the league is also taking appropriate actions to limit brain injury. It is meant to distract from the fact that the most significant root cause is repeated subconcussive impacts, which the NFL is unable to prevent. Apple made the original AirPod memes and jokes to boost the sales on them after their sales sucked the first year. I feel like Netflix does this with their movies. Bird Box being most notable, but I'm starting to see it again with Squid Game or whatever. The Fast and Furious family memes were 100% advertisements. That Charles Lindbergh was responsible for his son's death. More on this? Lindbergh was a known supporter of eugenics and his son was born with abnormalities. The theory is he was responsible in some way for the kidnapping and death of his son due to the fact that he couldn't have the world know his perfect genes were tainted. That's really interesting. I knew he was a big supporter of eugenics, and fascism too, but had never heard this. He also staged a kidnapping prank a week or so before the actual kidnapping. But the kid was found fairly quickly. When the baby was discovered missing the second time, The nanny reportedly yelled, "Mr. Lindbergh, you're not hiding the baby again, are you?" The prevailing theories in mystery subreddits are either that he was playing a prank again but accidentally killed his son and staged the kidnapping to cover it up. Or because of the abnormalities, arranged for the child to be sent away, as was common back then, or adopted without anyone else knowing and then staged the kidnapping.